step back to Shephard and to Brorna. You've gathered up your things.
Yes.
What are you doing with them? You can empty that room. I have to say there's not much by the way of stuff in their lab. Nothing that's really portable.
No, we'll just take the goodies, take the papers that he was desperately trying to escape with, and so I can read them later. And then I'm going to drag his corpse out and feed it to the Nothic.
Okay.
I like your thinking.
No problem. So
fair. It's a deal.
Are you heading back down that kind of secret passageway back towards the crevasse, basically?
I think
Nope. I'm going to go back round through the lab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there was an entrance down. Yeah.
And the bugbear room was straight opposite that.
Yep.
I'm going to drag him by his ankles, because then I think we can go. Was there some stairs which led back into the crevasse room?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm basically going to throw him
and the three
that.
Nice thinking, Batman. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You can drag him along.
The same reason now I can remember 1,500 laser component part numbers off the top of my head.
You track the wizard's body back through.
You used to have this power.
Through the lab, through the common room,
I smoked it.
Past the temporary barracks with the bugbears, and back to the room with the crevasse.
We need the big dragon blood to get those bad boys down to feed him.
There's a smear of blood that you've left as a trail through it. As you kind of roll him down into the crevasse, you see the Nothic step out for the first time into the light. It's got kind of blackish grey skin, mottled, like I say, a big ridge of spines down its back, this huge green eye with a big black sort of piercing centre to it. And he will literally kind of move over towards the body, drag it to one side, and strip the robe off it. And he'll take a bite of the kind of bloody smear where you stuck him, and have a bit of a taste. And you hear in your mind the good meat, good trade, shiny, and he'll point with a talon towards a kind of dark pocket off to one side, which you definitely wouldn't have been able to see through. Shephard, you cannot see through. It's absolute darkness.
Yeah, I look.
Brorna, that's kind of low light for you. That's totally fine, and you can pick out a quite cute little sort of stash, if you like. It's not. It's actually just in a pile, but sat atop it is a scabbard and hilt of a sword. And both of you can detect the faint touch of magic from it this distance. So you could walk across and just snatch it up. Yeah. At that point, you hear this roaring war cry as Grundak goes apeshit.
Really slowly. Really slowly, though.
Can we just cover our ears and take the loot and leave them to it?
No. They're getting in trouble because I'm not around to control them. For all I know, that could be Lumi and Grundak fucking going at it again.
He's missing a story.
There's almost certainly a story in this.
Come back for the...
We better go in case Grundak's killing some innocents again.
Right. The one thing I would say is there's quite a lot of detritus here, but there are other bits. You can see a few kind of golden pieces. See a little vial which you would almost certainly pick out straight away as a healing potion, a small potion of light healing. So you could probably pick. It looks like there's two amidst the detritus, Chinese. But you can pick those things and scamper off.
Put them on your hot bar.
Yep.
No worries. You guys run off, add them to your hot bar, so you've got a quick access to them, and you race back through towards the sound of chaos from the cells. Okay, so back in the room, Lumi, you're at the top of the round. What you doing?
Do I think I could shield charge one of them to push them out of the doorway to free up space? Yeah. So I'm just going to literally shield up, push it hard.
Just make a normal attack roll, but what we'll do is we'll change the damage to feet pushed. All right.
Yep.
and I'll do a strength check for him. So make your roll.
Oh, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Roll automatically. No.
He'll, to be honest, you'll shield charge him, and despite the fact that he's half your size, he manages to deflect downwards, so you end up kind of hitting the ground with the point of your shield, and it kind of buckles forward. You end up stumbling into him, and he'll get his attacks on you. But let's see how he does. What's your AC now? Because that shielding is down.
19, I think.
19.
Okay, it's a miss and a miss. You clearly clatter into him with enough force that it does kind of stop him. It does stop him being able to throw a strike your way, but he's clearly trying to shield the guy behind him. We'll get so he's had one attack. The other attack, Grundak, I'll go for you. I'll get a miss and a miss. Ugh. Yeah, as you're kind of revving yourself up, he tries with both the short swords, misses with both of them.
And he's intimidated.
And is he going to, let's see, oh no. Yeah, I'm afraid the guy steps from killing the mom up to the next pen, opens that, and steps in and runs his short sword through the young girl. So he'll do... Yeah, he kills her, I'm afraid. So he kills her, and she slumps back into the pen, and he'll move in his next turn. Amarakis, you're up next.
The guy doing the killing, I'm going to cast command and command him to halt.
Okay, make your roll. Wisdom save. Oh, it's a good roll.
Nice one.
That is a good roll. And my save is terrible. He'll stop. There's a terrifying point actually as he moves out. You see him kind of just pull himself around to the next pen. This human child is probably 7 or 8 years old, just staring kind of blankly at his mother and his sister that's just been killed, and he doesn't even turn to look at the blade coming his way. And you manage to hit the command just as the guy's thrusting, like just as he's about to skewer the boy. He stops and turns and looks, and then joins the fight, ignoring the boy.
Better late than never.
Grundak, you are on deck.
Right. So,
what you got?
click on advantage, yeah?
Yep.
And then click on my great axe.
This sounds good. 19 is good enough. Can you roll me damage?
Yeah, it's not done the damage,
Go to
interestingly.
your settings, Andy. Joe had this last week. Go to settings.
Yeah.
And I think there's like auto roll damage or something. Yeah. Click the cog on the right.
Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on
Third
that.
one
I'm looking for.
Right
looking
panel,
forward.
fourth one down. Auto roll damage and crit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Auto roll damage and crit. Okay. Cool. Yep. And then go back to core. Okay. So I'll have to roll this one manually. So 1d4 plus 10.
It's not 1d4 plus 10.
Sorry, roll 1d10 plus 4. I meant to say.
It's 1d12 plus 4.
Oh, it's interesting. That's wrong on the sheet then.
So you can change it. I think the great axe is a 1d12. I think I'm right saying.
8.
Okie dokie. That is a solid hit. The guy will sort of stagger back from it. It doesn't drop him, but it does hurt him. That's their attacks done. Back to the top of the round. Lumi,
Whack.
what you doing?
Hopefully.
Whack, hopefully.
That's better.
Yes, that's ridiculous. Yeah. 23. Are you doing the push, or are you just going to skewer him?
I'm just going to skewer him now. Now that they've attacked the kid, that's it. Gloves off.
The gloves are off. If anything, there's a kind of moment here where you realise that actually those that oppress others, those that are strong and hurt the weak, they should be destroyed.
Yep.
And actually, there's no room. There is no room for you to be nice. Lawful good doesn't mean lawful nice.
I'm not lawful good.
that thing kind of really locks in as you see that if you'd have been quicker, or if you'd have handled that situation differently, there could have been 2 more people alive at this point, and it fuels your rage. I'm gonna give you inspiration, so please mark an inspiration on your sheet.
Thank you.
Okie dokie, Amarakis, you are on deck. What's up?
I'll say to the guy, "You monster! There's no mercy for you now." And then swing.
Bring that pain. Is it a punch in the face? Oh.
It is
Is that a natural 20?
It is a natural 20.
Okay, down. Down.
Hacks.
Yeah.
With 13 damage.
Your rolls are redonkulous. Narrate your awesome, right? So it's a one-shot kill.
That statement, say it right in his face, and as he says it, brings the warhammer straight down, top of the crown of the head, straight down into the shoulder blades.
Wow. There's a wet splash as you're all splattered with hot blood.
Yeah, his head is now liquid.
Nice shot. And actually, that is enough to stun the other 2 as they get hit with kind of brain.
It certainly stunned me.
Go for it. Yeah, your friend just like. Ugh!
Who's on deck? Sorry.
Grundak.
Oh, okay, right.
That's Grundak's your character. Berserker.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Likes long walks on the beach, murdering innocents.
25.
25. That a crit?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, it comes up. It comes up in green if it's a natural 20.
Ah, okay.
And it automatically doubles your damage, I think, does it?
Dude, nine's to kill. Nine's to kill. Those 2, the 2 guys that are left are injured. So yeah, we have one guy left, and he will. Let's see. He will have a.
Is that what a natural 20 does? Does it actually double your damage? Does it?
Yeah.
That is cool.
He does 2 misses because he sucks.
And he's having a bit of brown trouser moment.
Yeah, there's kind of like. I thought we had this. Lumi, back with you. Top of the round.
Top of the round.
Say hello to my little friend. Whoop. 17's a hit. 9 is. Yep, kill. You run him straight through his heart. He'll kind of stagger, look confused. Yeah, it's a bit sort of little and twisted.
Mr. Burns.
Yeah, you managed to. I was going to say you managed to skewer him. So the wife, the 18-year-old daughter.
Is there anything that could be done from at all, Phil? They gone. Spare the dying or anything?
You actually saying that? You know what? Saying that, actually, the daughter is only on -1. She is bleeding out, but you could either make a spell check to try and recover her. She isn't dead yet.
Look up at Lumi. Can you help?
Go for it.
I can do a cure wounds.
Go for it.
Do I just roll it?
Just roll the healing. Roll the healing. I'm good with that.
I will kneel beside her.
Hello.
Take my sword down and pray, and then touch her. 10.
Fantastic. There's a moment where you're not sure the magic has been enough to bring her back. You feel it sort of the healing magic slowly settle over the young girl. You can see this horrible wound on a moment later. It starts to close, and she kind of breathes and looks up at you, and then sort of scuffles back to staggers towards the back of the pen as if terrified of you guys.
We mean you no harm. We've come to rescue you.
The boy shrieks and runs, kind of almost back in the room, like it was like he was lost. And he kind of scampers on hands and knees out of one pen and into the pen with his sister. And they hug each other, just shivering with just terrified. As you 3 monsters stand there. I assume you've come out of rage. Grundak, cool. Just as you're coming out of range, Brorna, Shepherd, you guys roll up.
I'll just
You've gone through the room with the skeleton.
Evaluate the situation.
I'll extend my hand.
Yeah, why didn't they fall into the pit?
Because the pit was still closing. So, if you prefer,
You know, I'm like much smarter than you.
Yeah, we're better.
Come with us. We mean
smarter than
no
the
harm.
average bear. Right?
But I'll start pronouncing like death rights on the mother.
Okay, you do.
Death threats.
Death
Yeah,
rights.
Oh,
And then I'll
I'm
cover,
gonna kill you again.
I'll cover the wound and gather up the body.
Okay.
That'll
Yep,
be-
you-
leave it here.
You gather up the body. The children are terrified, but when they see you kind of performing the last rites over the mother, they sort of seem to realise that actually you guys probably aren't there to kill them.
Are there any other exits from here?
Really, just back into the main area by the look of it.
I think they were cornered here. That's why they did the deed.
The girl manages kind of after a moment as the rest of you kind of come together in that room and kind of drop out of initiative order. The young girl kind of gets up. Nilsa is the girl, and she'll kind of say, thank you for saving us.
I'm so sorry I couldn't
Just
save your
hugs
mother.
her brother. Just kind of shrugs.
Too many.
Desperate to not cry in front of you for some strange reason. But just holds on to the young boy. They don't go near her much.
Shepherd, they began to slaughter the hostages. We had to rush them.
Kind of there's a weird moment.
Did you
as
negotiate?
Yes. The terms were not favourable.
Okay, next.
There's a weird point as the young boy kind of pulls away from his sister and he walks across to one of the Redbrand guys and takes the knife from his belt, and he walks to each one in turn, plucks an eye.
Okay, that's
He'll pluck
dark.
an eye. Just there's all the colours drained out of him, and he just
Right.
kind of almost goes
I
about
won't let him.
like
I
a
won't let him do
butcher.
that. I won't let him do
He's
that.
He's not damaged at all.
He'll snip the eye and look up at you, just holding the eye.
I'll slap
Dad
it out.
always said an eye for an eye. He says like a robot.
I'll slap it out of his hand and take the knife off him. Take the knife off him. He's definitely not doing both.
I'll kind of nod at what the little boy says.
Sort of stand there like
Don't be what they are.
sort of head bows down.
Don't be what they are.
get revenge instead.
Oh my god. I say out loud. Shaking, looking at you.
The hardness to the boy as he kind of nods to Brorna.
That's not how it's done.
His sister comes over and sort of, tries to console him.
I can't hear you with it.
I'll say to the
Can you
sister,
show us the way out of here, please?
yes, let's go. There's
Just
nothing
make
else
sure
for us
you get
here.
out safe.
Where have you been, Shepherd?
Don't.
Killing glass staff.
He's dead. I'll notice the staff in Brorna's hand.
Mm.
Good. Then our work here is done, yeah?
And
We have no. We have no. We struck a deal with the creature
What?
to
So
deliver
glass
the
staff to him.
to deliver the bodies of the bugbears. So we need you
Good.
big guys to drag them there and drop them in, and in return we get some shiny stuff which we still need to collect.
We need to get these two to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
As a priority.
No worries.
But,
could-
and
Lumi
then
and
where
I-
you
Lumi and
They
I will
need to
take
stay
these two
there.
to the surface. Grundak, can you help them with their task?
you can't just take them to the surface and leave them. They're children.
I'm not leaving.
They need. What are you going to do with them?
You shouldn't go without the rest of us. There's plenty of the red band still out there.
This is a good point.
By your reckoning, if the numbers that you were given were right, there's probably another dozen
At least, yeah.
at least in town. And you remember that the people that are left there are 2 half-orcs and a captain that are certainly tougher than your average bear. Can I ask that we pause it there and have a quick brew break?
I was going to suggest, actually,
a good point
to the
for a
party,
party brew break.
Let us take a rest, but not here.
And
Yes.
And I can congratulate you on achieving level 3. I won't give you your XP until the end of the session. I don't think there's any point, but we'll give you guys. We'll come to a point in the story by the end of the session where you'll get a short rest and you'll be able to level up, essentially. All right, but just to let you know, you've got enough XP to get across the next marker. So let's go and grab a brew. Back in 10.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll go from there.
Cool. Team 2.
Let's step back into game. So you were just stood in the cell space, deciding about where you're going to go, whether you're going to split up, who's going to take the kids out. So step back in at that point. What's the outcome? What's the decision?
What you need to do
I
with
agree
these
it's dangerous to take the child out.
I have to agree.
I've got the mother's body kind of covered in a cloak or something draped in my arms.
Can't leave them down here. We need to get them somewhere safe.
Well, we do, but let's finish our job. Let's finish the task here completely, and then leave together.
What is the task that we have to complete here?
We've done it.
We need to collect the the sword and the whatever the
Sword?
Did
a magical.
we not grab? Did we not grab it on the
No, we
way?
didn't grab it. No, we couldn't. It was over the other side. We left.
What deal did you make?
We just need to drag the dead
For shiny.
bears.
Say
Yeah.
it and not kin it.
Did you not feed the wizard to it already?
Yeah, but we agreed the bugbears. Did we not?
You pointed out the bugbears.
We gave him the wizard, and he was quite happy
And
to
he-
trade.
yeah,
'Cause
and
he pointed at the shinies.
I wasn't going to say anything because I wasn't there, but yeah, that is exactly how it panned out. There was no additional deal.
You just want to feed the bugbears to it.
Yeah.
If
maybe
you'd
more
like to do
shiny.
that, I think I'm more than happy for you guys to have picked up the sword and a couple of the potions and a handful of gold to have headed out to see the other guys.
In which case, let's get out of here.
I think it's a good point for you to exit stage left, get out of Tresenda Manor, and get back to Phandelver and see what's going on.
Maybe when they see we're carrying their wizard staff, they'll stand down.
Or they'll bum rush us.
Or that.
Let's try to avoid a fight while we've got the children with us.
I don't think the wizard's the true leader.
I suggest when
Who
we
is the true leader, do you think?
when we leave the
Probably.
cave,
The captain.
drop the children at the farm.
I agree.
Yes.
This wizard came here as a member of the Lord's Alliance. We know that much. And he was saying, "Oh, I'm being forced into this, right? That's bullshit. That's absolutely bullshit. I reckon I'm going to go through these fucking papers." And he's made some fucking kind of his own deal with the fucking Redbrands to fill his fucking pockets or something. Or he's been promised a magical item or something like that. He's pretty much a self-serving looking criminal. Trust me, I know the type. He is not the true leader. He's being used more than likely as a figurehead because, well, what's more scary than a big bad wizard who can do magic spells?
We have
It'll
to make it out
keep
here
simple.
alive. We need to find out what that mace is.
And also what the wider plans are. For this
What's
letter
our
first.
next step?
To the surface.
We need to remove the captain.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys going to head out back through the crevasse, through your sort of secret tunnel, out back into the woods?
That's my
I asked
suggestion.
ask the sister where we can take her that she'll feel safe.
So the
Redbrands can't see her when we come out with her.
So she suggests that the woods near Alderleaf Farm is probably best. They know.
You know these woods.
Her little brother know the woods well, and Colleen will look after us. I'm sure of it. Perhaps the cleric, the elf. She might help. Garael.
Take them where they need to feel safe, where they feel safe and comfortable, because we don't want to walk into town with them.
Okay. As you guys head, so you're kind of having this conversation as you're walking down the 100-foot passage out into the woods. You get to the kind of forest with the fake tree screen, and you see carp pathway, 20 feet ahead. It's got red eyes from a very tearful little boy. Like his eyes and stand up straight with his wooden sword in hand.
What's going on, Carp?
Why are you here?
His voice only just holds together. Clearly very upset. The Redbrands, they came round to the farm and they've hurt my mom. So I wanted to come and see if you were dead or not, but you're not, which is great. So, can you come and see if she's okay?
Yes.
So with a bit of a, stern chin.
Take us to her.
As soon as the two human children see you, I'll run across and give him this massive hug, and he'll take that kind of, even though he's way shorter than even the little boy, he'll be like, follow me, and he'll march at the front back towards the farm. As you can see the farm from here, you'll have to be careful about your movement across the farmland if you want to head back to the house, because you can see the sleeping giant tapping from here.
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon.
Is it still light?
It is.
Excuse me.
Spent most of your day in there.
That's true. Yeah.
What's the as we're walking back, I will inquire after the sword.
Okay. No worries. You'll see. Oh yes, I mean it's a finely crafted long sword. The handle has got quite an elaborate kind of pommel to it, with the stylized kind of bird of prey upon it.
Snort, toothpick.
There is a. Oh no! Even to you, it looks like a master crafted weapon.
I know, but it's not an axe.
What a bit. You're like, oh, it's a toothpick. It's to him, or to you guys, it looks like probably the finest crafted piece of weaponry you've seen. And when you open it, there is in Elvish script a kind of word that runs up the blade, which probably Brorna and Ma, you guys can have a roll. You can have an intelligence, kind of an academics roll.
Hey, I've got +1 in everything with my jack of all trades.
And if you desperately want Shepherd, you can roll out the skill monkey and you can have a quick look at it.
What?
You can have a little look at the blade. Like I say, it's finely balanced. It's effectively a +1.
Nice.
But yeah, you can already see from here the farm. A load of the kind of crops that were being tended this morning have all been kind of kicked over, and Colleen is sat round the back of the house, kind of head over a bucket of water, cleaning herself up. From a distance, it looks like she's had a proper kicking. You see Carp pick up the pace as he heads across.
Do a Dragonborn growl.
Okay. You guys all heading over to the house, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you head over. Sure enough.
You're right, Shepherd.
Colleen will stand up as you guys approach, Like I say, it's clear. One eye's completely swollen shut, split lip, bruising across her side of her face. She looks like she's had a fair old kicking from the Redbrand guys, and they've turned a bunch of stuff over in their garden, broken some of the tools, farm tools, just to make things fun. She'll
What
nod.
happened?
You're alive. This is good.
Yeah.
She kind of winces.
How many of them came round?
6.
Brave man.
Apparently,
6 men for a halfling woman.
apparently a 3.5 foot tall 50-year-old woman is not quite the match for 6 arseholes. But
Did
things
they give a
change.
reason for their visit? Was it for helping us?
She nods. We knew the danger though, but they didn't touch Carp. They know better than that.
We found the family of the woodcutter. We were too late to save their mother, but we've brought the children home.
She looks across. She'll kind of reach out. She looks kind of, tears fill her eyes. She reaches out and the children rush across to her. She goes, "Come on, kids, let's get inside." She'll shepherd the children, including Carp, inside. And as she gets them in through the door, she'll turn to you and go, "I do hope you murder them all," she says with a sort of snarl. Steps inside.
I think we should.
I think that's our plan, isn't it?
Wisdom. Perception check from everyone, please.
19.
19. Cool.
16
Anyone that
plus
gets
3.
20 or more, no, I'm kidding. Anyone with a 15 or higher. So Brorna, Amarakis, everyone, apart from Lumi, who is currently seething with righteous fury and anger, you notice looks like there's a figure sat perched on the fence post for the farm. A good distance. So it's a good distance away. If you remember, there's kind of like a sort of short road that leads from here up to the sort of square.
Druid or
So
something.
a figure.
Who's that?
It's like a female figure sat on the fence post.
Do I recognise her? I don't recognise her. Who is she?
Don't know.
She looks a bit too small to be a human. Either a child, perhaps. You can
Watching
see.
over us.
You
Watching
can see
flat.
3. No. You can see 3 Redbrand on the floor in front of her.
But she's a friend.
Yeah. Shall we go introduce ourselves?
I would like to rest for a moment. I would like to help Carp's mother. I'll need to get my breath back.
I'm out.
Okay, I'll come with you then.
Shepherd?
No need.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do for her either.
Actually, have I got first
Walk
aid
up.
or anything? I've got medicine.
You can.
I'll help her out the old-fashioned way, Medz. I'll tend her wound. You can manage without me for a few minutes. I'd like to treat the mother.
No worries. No worries. I don't need you to make any rolls, dude. That's fine. You can
Right.
absolutely spend a few minutes checking her over and making sure she's okay.
Okay.
The rest of you walk up towards this figure.
Yeah. Shepherd.
As you get closer, you see actually she looks remarkably like a younger version of Kelleen. But very, very similar. There's a striking similarity about their facial features. The young girl, though, instead of having slightly greyish hair, has got blonde hair. She's wearing white, a white sort of, it's like a strange set of clothing with a green sash tied around her belt, and she's got a quarterstaff in one hand, looking down at the 3 guys who are kind of groaning on the floor. It's your turn.
You made.
Oh,
Oh, you made quick work of those.
nods. Who are you anyway? Strange folk.
Yeah, my name's Brorna. I'll turn to the others.
Sorry, who's Colleen?
People trying.
The guy.
The halfling woman that you're helping.
Oh, right.
This could easily be her daughter.
Didn't know she had one.
I'm Lumirakas.
We're the people trying to sort out this mess.
That's Shephard. And Grundak is the big guy.
She nods to each one of you. Grace, Alderleaf.
It's good to meet you.
You've just seen my brother and my mum. Business here on the farm. You say you're helping to solve this problem. She looks down. One of the Redbrand guys kind of reaches towards her, and she literally just smacks him in the face with the quarterstaff right in the temple. He drops instantly back unconscious. Sorry about that. You were saying?
Yeah, we're here to solve the problem. We didn't realise we were here to solve the problem, but we seem to have inadvertently found ourselves. It did indeed find us. And now we're fully prepared to do something about it.
Puffs and blows a stray bit of hair away. Good to meet you. She'll walk across. Tiny little hand out. She's maybe 3.5 foot tall.
I'll reach a hand out to shake hers. So what can you tell us about the ones that are left?
I reckon there's 10 of them. There's the 2 big idiots on the door. No offense. The half-orcs on the door. They've got some kind of captain, I've heard. Mum tells me. Some guy with more red bands on his arm or something rubbish, but some guy's in charge, and then a bunch of others. I reckon maybe 10 or 12. I can't do all of them, but I got 3. So I reckon you 4 plus me, we got them.
We have another as well.
You have another?
Yeah.
Cool. Another half-orc, 2 points.
And I'll point to Lumi.
Oh, okay.
My brother.
Buy one, get one free. Awesome. A blue dragon. Just out of interest, do you breathe lightning?
You know a lot about our kind.
Huh. Yeah. One of the monks in our order is a red dragon. Breathes fire. It was just a guess. It was either that or cold, but oh yeah, that's cool.
What order is this?
The Order of the Open Hand.
You're a monk.
Yeah. So kind of as if there's not much more to explain than that.
Good. You will help us then, because I feel it is time to take the fight to them.
She'll look across to the sleeping giant inn. And interestingly enough, the heavies have gone inside. So there's it looks kind of abandoned.
Excellent, burn it down.
I mean, you guys look as though you've taken a bit of a pounding wherever the hell you've been.
We probably need to rest before
do you want me to keep an eye on the place? And then, some folk here are happy to do that, right? They're happy to watch. So I'm happy to keep an eye on the place if you want to get some rest and then come back out when you're ready and let's go take the fight to it, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me a chance to go through this satchel of papers that I took from Iano's quarters.
Satchel of papers. Not sure who Iano is, but good sounds great.
The guy they were calling Glassstaff.
I don't know. But
doesn't really matter. He's
cool.
been eaten now, so there's no relevance now. He's being eaten, so.
So I'll stay here with these guys. I don't think the town kind of guy in charge, Wester, I don't think he'll put these guys in the cells, to be honest. But if you can find me some rope, I'll tie these suckers up and leave them here. So, trade you some rope for some hog tying, she says with a bit of a smile, and blows that strand of hair out of her eye again.
I'll pull some rope out of the backpack and hand it over.
An expert hand and starts to hog tie the 3 of them. I think my mum's got some food inside, but if one of you want to stay out here if you're not tired.
I'm starving. That would be great.
All right. Go on,
big day.
Let's go eat, rest,
Nice to meet
take
you,
the fight to them tomorrow. Yeah, you too. Looking forward to fighting alongside you.
Cool.
I'll
Big guy. Kind of smiles at Grundak. Latest big guy.
I'll say to her, I will spell a watch for you later.
Awesome. That'd be chipper.
And stalk off.
Yeah. With that, she'll kind of hop nimbly up onto halfway up the fence and then up onto the top of the post and just kind of sit down cross-legged, balance perfectly on top of the fence post as she watches. You headed back down to the farmhouse.
Spirit of Lockie is strong in this one.
Okay.
I like her.
Amarakis, as you're kind of finishing up, patching up Kelleen before the rest of your group compiling around the corner, heading in.
Friend or foe? Friend, I'm presuming.
Friend, definitely.
Ally.
Good.
She will help us in the fight ahead.
Good.
Now we eat, we rest.
That's good.
Tomorrow we kill.
I am weary.
Kelleen kind of switches into like motherly mode and says, right, let's find you places to sleep. I've got blankets for everyone. Wash yourselves up first. I'll fix some food.
Yeah, I've got
Make sure you've got
brains
something hot in your bellies. Sit down at the table. And she's kind of like into mother mode. And
This is why. And combat
I'll
is
head out back
bad.
to the rain barrel and wash the brains off.
She starts like the fire's already stoked up, and she heats up a big pot of stew. The children, in fairness, by the time you guys are washed up and back at the table, they've finished a bowl and a heel of bread each, and are exhausted.
There's been no sign of Daddy Halfling, has there? We've not
He was
seen him.
killed,
Was he killed? I don't think he was killed. I don't think we've seen him.
You haven't seen him.
I'll ask Kalina. Where's your husband, by the way?
Kelleen or Ross died some years ago.
I'm sorry to hear
Right.
that.
All folk die in time. It's how you live your life that counts.
I'll
Only
nod,
for a visit.
nod approvingly at that.
She'll scoop up a set of hearty bowls of this stew and takes out another loaf of bread, slides it onto the table. Have at it. Get something down your necks. I suspect you won't get any more food until this is done. So fill your bellies.
Oh yeah, and I do.
Yeah.
Yep. Eat heartily. The sword.
You take it out. She'll look at it with a bit of shock and surprise. She seems to recognise it.
You recognise the blade.
I recognise. I've seen the marks before. Aldith Trazenda was a knight from the noble family. His mark was an eagle like that. So maybe it's his. Where did you find it?
In the caves.
Traded it for a wizard corpse.
Trade. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good trade. Did you have to make it a dead wizard corpse?
Yep.
Okay, even better. Yeah. As far as I'm aware, it was Black Hawk, Red Hawk, Black Hawk, Black Hawk. There you go. Sir Aldith, the Black Hawk of Trazenda. He was here when the orcs came and flattened the place. So, if you found it, that's kind of amazing.
Does anybody else
We're going
lay
through all
claim
these
to it?
papers.
Say again, sorry.
Would anybody else lay claim to it? Can my brother wield it in good faith?
None of the Trazenda are alive now, I'm afraid. I have to say, if you show it to Wester, the mayor, he'll almost certainly lay claim to it. But I won't tell him if you won't. What's he going to do with it? Hang it on a wall? Idiot.
He's not of kin to them. He's not of kin to the Trazenders.
No, but he would. But he would bring up some strange legal precedents. He's a legal mind, and all of a sudden it would be.
I don't think he's much of a mind.
Well, there's never a truer word spoken.
I think it'd be better used defending his town.
Yeah.
I think you're right. So I think between you, me, and the four walls, and whoever's got their hands on the sword, I think you just keep stum about it and crack on.
Finish my bowl and I'll turn in.
Shepherd, you and I need to go through these papers before we turn in.
What do you think I was doing? I've just sat in the corner and reading through.
What? As I'm heading off, I'll just turn to the halfling and say, "Wake me halfway through so I can spell your daughter."
She'll nod. That's your line.
Do you need help with that, Shepherd, Brorna?
Okay, Rain Man in it at the minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if more hands make light work.
I'm a researcher by trade.
Then.
Don't knock yourself out, but we're still going to read all of it, so you can read all of it as well.
Alright. Well, we'll get through it between us.
So,
Why don't you guys read it and then just tell me the salient points? That seems like a sensible approach.
Kind of where I was going. But you all keep interrupting me.
okay, so all
You
his,
males take care of it and inform me of the pertinent details.
all you really got through this whole thing is a set of. They look like they're orders to a whole range of towns and villages nearby, asking for alchemical materials. It looks like there is a kind of standing order that they'll buy everything required for a following kind of list of potions. Oh yeah.
Just who's
It just
doing the
looks
Darth
like
Vader on the mic, by the way?
Don't know.
Right.
Someone doing some heavy breathing.
Yeah, someone's breathing over their mic, I think.
Don't know. It stopped now.
It has stopped now.
You stop breathing.
You stop breathing.
I was gonna say, if it starts
Whoever
again,
turns
don't
blue,
worry.
it was you.
No worries. So yeah, it just looks like there's a set of orders going out. The only one that's there's only one letter from the spider, and that one you've already seen.
Yeah.
The rest of them are scrolls, as I said. They're magical scrolls. So you could take those, and potentially Brorna could write them into her spell book at some point. But
hand them over.
but yeah,
How do scrolls work? Can a non-wizard read them? As like a one
Yes.
shot.
so a non-wizard can read them, but you require rolls to make them work. So probably best given to the wizard for now.
And if she scribes them, it's like the one-shot version lost. Or
Yes.
does she copy it?
Nope. It's one
Alright.
shot's lost.
It's the best. It's the best investment there for Brorna to just amalgamate them.
Yep.
It is. I agree.
So like I say, in the two, have you made note of the two spells?
Yeah.
They're in the party funds.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, I was gonna say
Fireball.
they're both really good spells. So well
Charm
worth
person,
keeping.
Definitely, yeah.
Charm Person and Fireball
Mm-hmm.
are two very useful spells. So
Yes.
wants to keep handy. But yep, you can like I say, you can absolutely go through the papers. There's not as much there as you think. There's clearly some letters back and forth between Redbrands. Captain Haggard is mentioned a couple of times.
Just one thing. Can someone look at this sword then? Work out what it is.
I think
I will use
I
it.
think you can.
I think
Can
you
I?
have
Yeah,
by
it's
looking
plus
at
one
it.
sword.
You've gone, oh yeah.
Plus one sword.
It's a finely crafted longsword.
Right.
End of story.
Cool.
So you can absolutely use that.
I think you can just add
Yep.
+1 to the plus in your attack roll. That on your sheet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic.
So, like I say, when you guys have finished reading
Yeah.
through, you can turn in and get some rest, get a long
Sounds
rest.
like a great plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
For you, Andy, it probably counts like for Grundak, it counts like a short rest.
Does it count? Is it a long rest for everyone else? Did you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, long rest for everyone
Okay,
else,
cool.
a short rest for Grundak. I think
we
you're
get any
already pretty much near
hits
full,
back?
aren't you? Yeah, absolutely.
How many? Was it?
It's your hit dice.
Just
roll.
re-roll your hit dice,
Is it
total
D8?
number of
Is
hit
it D8 for Dragonborn?
D10.
So
I've got.
you guys are at level 2, so you roll 2d8, add your con bonus, and that's how many you get.
2d8.
So manage your hit points accordingly.
Oh, you get 1 per level.
Yep.
Okay.
So what?
Because otherwise it would be
D8.
completely ineffective.
So yeah,
No,
what's,
you're a D6.
what's hit dice
I'm a
for
D6.
Dragonborn?
No. It goes off your
Class.
So you're a
Oh,
D8.
does it? No, I'm a D8. Ah, that's very different. Right, okay.
I'm a D10. Sorry.
Right.
You're a D10. Okay. Right. You Grundak, you head out. You get woken up by Kelly. She'll kind of just wake you quietly and give you
I'll head out.
Head out. It's dark.
It's 2d6. You're level 2.
Interestingly enough, you can just see the outline of Grace kind of perched on the top, and there's a constant wriggling from the 3 trussed up bodies that are bound and gagged.
Walk up.
Any movement?
Yeah, quite a bit. They haven't left though. They're definitely shutting up shop by the look of it.
Fortifying?
I think so. I don't know.
Give one of the wrigglers a toe poke. Keep still.
Yes, they ain't going anywhere. Says with a smile. How are you, friends? Are they okay?
Sound asleep. You should go and get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, this is why I came to spell you, so you could get a rest.
Right. Okay. She'll kind of shrug. Drops off the what's the name? Turns to the guys, and she looks at you. Would you do me a favour? Would you keep these ones alive? I want to make sure we can hand them over.
Of course.
She'll stand there and be like, I don't mean any offence. Just
none taken.
Yeah. It's a story for another time over a mug of ale. But if you could leave these ones alive, I'd appreciate it. When the time comes, I want to make sure it's not our word against a bunch of dead corpses, if that makes sense.
Understood.
And with that, she'll kind of put the quarterstaff on her shoulder and walk in.
And I'll just stand
and watch.
Yeah.
You see the same thing, right? So you see a bit of movement. It doesn't look as though they're kind of barricading the place up, but there's definitely Redbrand eyes at every window, kind of making sure they're keeping appraised of what's going on outside.
They're getting a bit of a siege mentality, though, because clearly they've lost about a good chunk of their men, and there's no glass staff.
Yep. Absolutely.
They don't know that yet, though.
Well, I'm sure he would have been expected at some point.